royalty. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world. We're here racing with Heart to Heart Motorsports tonight at Southern National. It's your host, Bobby Boy, and your co-host, J-Dog, in the booth. What's up, J-Dog? Back for another week. One more week to go here. Going next week to Nashville Fairgrounds. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. We're in Kidley, North Carolina for this one with a .40 mile track. This is going to be interesting. I've been sitting here watching these guys for at least 30 to 45 minutes in practice, and it's going to be a test of gratitude out here for these drivers tonight. And it's going to be at least a 2-lane passer. If you cannot take your time, please slow down. Take your time out here on these track, guys, and enjoy what we have here tonight.
Definitely going to be a tough one tonight here. They're going to really have to keep it easy in these corners here, because the thing is, you can really drive it off of this corner and lose complete control of this vehicle here. Also, you know, you can get these tires very hot here. You can really lose control. This car has a lot of power and this track is very small. So we're going to see some exciting things. Hopefully these guys are going to be able to maintain and keep it under control here. We saw in practice here a little bit early on, you know, before this feature getting ready to start here, that you know, you see a lot of guys here losing it coming off the corner here. So that's going to play a big factor tonight. We're going to have to wait and see what happens here. Now, Austin Cornpost with the fastest lap right now with a 14.291. Bobby Joe Lane coming in that second place spot right now with a 14.403. My bad. Alan Marr is going to pull into that P3 position here with a 14.540. So very close times here. We're going to see a lot of tough competition tonight. It's going to be exciting.
Taking a look here now in Nicholas in the 22. He's got to try to stay at the marble out of that top of that track. You're going to be sliding all over the place. There's a lot of marble on top of that track.
Well, I'll tell you what, these cars are just loose in general. You know, they definitely can play hardcore here. So, you know, the big factor here, I'm wondering, you're going to see a lot of these drivers tonight. I believe they're going to be dragging that brake through that corner there quite a bit. So we'll see what happens here as we get a little further on. You know, 100 laps is a long time to go. So we're going to even see if these guys are going to have to go in and pit, because if they have to go in and pit road entrance here and exit is a very, very tricky situation here. So we're gonna see a lot of factors come into play tonight. I'm really excited here as we only got one race left in the season here, you know, so we're gonna see what happens. All right, we still got a few drivers here left to qualify here, and then we'll see what we got in store for you guys here. Take a look at that CNL carpets here by Nicholas Mater here. Currently stopped right here on the track here. All right, looks like we're going to get another taker out here on the track. Dan Colison, everybody, in the number 12. Dan Colison, he's had a pretty solid season this season. Looking really smooth in these late model stocks here. He's definitely put out some good racing this season.
See what he does on his first qualifying lap here.
Dan Carlson currently in that 6th place spot here in the points with Bud Light Mike right ahead of him with 396 here. Dan just a few points behind here. Might be able to catch up and get that top 5. We'll see what happens tonight.
He just ran a 14.902 for his first lap. He's just kind of now coming around for his second lap. We're just going to have to see what's going on here. And here he comes.
Joe Flack, everybody.
Is come out here for his qualifying run.
14.649 on that first lap. Pretty good lap there.
Good job. Look at that finish. 14.527.
Putting himself in that P3 spot there. That's a good finish there in qualifying. Good points there.
Good qualifying.
Hey, somebody let these guys know here, everybody, that if they break down during the race, there is a garage in the middle here. They might be able to pull their car in there and get it fixed, you know. I'm pretty sure they work on cars there in the middle there of this track here. You see that garage? There's an opening there. There it is right there. Look, guys, we're in the garage here for you. There we go. Check that out right there. We're going to go in there. They got some fire extinguishers. If it catches on fire, I guess we'll be good to go. Hey, come on over here and get you a snow cone at the snow cone shop. That's what I'm talking about right there. All right, everybody, as we got just a couple minutes left to go here and everybody's done qualified here, we're going to step away for a minute and thank our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car, and so are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolensville Road, next to the zoo. custom millwork, to hands-on training, to the best products in the industry, T.W. Perry, Builder's First Source helps you do more. Each of our locations includes showrooms featuring windows and doors, decking and railing products, and a wide range of materials designed to inspire your next project. From concept to completion, you have a chance to see, touch, and compare the products that bring your vision to life. T.W. Perry, Builder's First Source, building better, together.
All right, and we're back, everybody, as we get ready to line up here for the first heat of the night, everybody, here at Southern National with Heart to Heart Motorsports for 100 laps tonight. Going to be a great feature here. Look at all them marbles on the bottom of this track here. They've carried over here from practice here. For an hour of practice, you're going to see all those marbles on the track as they carry on. So going to be an exciting night tonight. We're going to see a lot of battles going on here as Austin Cornpro's trying to hold on steady here to get that championship against Bobby Joe Lane. Joe Flack now trying to contend, make his way back into that top 5 for the points here. Alan Marr in that P3 spot here, definitely making it very challenging as well. Ronald Robertson, everybody. Ronald Robertson had a great season here. Good drivers like him doesn't come around very long, but glad that he come around this season and ran with us. He's been a very strong competitor. Won currently P3 in our truck season this last season, so it was awesome to have him here. As now we're getting ready to line up here for Heat 1. Let's go racing.
As BJ is getting ready for the starting lineup.
All right, starting lineup, everybody. Lucas cut out, everybody. Disqualified. He had a P1, but Dan Colson's going to take P2. Nicholas Mater's going to be into P3. Bud Light Mike in P4. That's going to be Rusty Robinson on the inside lane with Ronald Robertson, everybody, in P6. That's Alan Marr grabbing P7 on the inside lane against Joe Flack. The Flash. That's going to be Bobby Joe Lane in that Bass Tire Chevrolet in P9 with Austin Cornprost on that outside lane in P10. Tell you what, it's been an exciting season. Going one more race next week at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Then we'll be cranking up the truck series with Motormouth Broadcasting, everybody. So make sure you please go subscribe to Motormouth Broadcasting. We'll be racing Sunday nights, everybody, starting February 8th. Heart to Heart Motorsports carrying out the truck season. We're going to have a big season, lots of new drivers here. Definitely going to be some exciting racing. We've had some great practicing already during this off season here. Ready for these late model drivers to get done here so they can gear up more into the truck season as well. We'll see how everything goes. But guys, please make sure y'all go subscribe over there to Motormouth Broadcasting. Show them some love and some support before we get this season going here so you don't miss out on any future Heart to Heart Motorsports content. All right, everybody. We are now rolling out.
And it's only going to be one heat. I already checked into the information of this track already. Added all these drivers here. We got one heat, and we go right into the future.
Nicholas Mater is going to start in that lead position here, moving forward.
Starting right beside Dan Colson in the 12. We're just going to have to see how this takes off from here. As these guys need to at least tighten up this field before they actually do take off.
It's going to get a little scary here. We're going to see.
They were practicing earlier. It didn't seem like they had no grip. Track temperature showing 65. We're just going to have to see how these drivers are going to act. And we're green in this heat race.
Nicholas Mater getting a great run on the inside lane there. Dan getting a little bit out of it there. Getting Rusty right there next to him, door by door.
As these drivers now starting to go around, now going in the back straightaway.
Nicholas Mater trying to push himself up the track here just a little bit. Trying to get a little better run. Rusty's going to get the run on the inside with Alan Marr back there in P3.
Yeah, see,
pushing forward. The 95's pushing forward. The 15 laps, baby, where they don't hold back.
Yeah, they're not holding back in this heat race. This is an enjoyment race. Enjoy this one.
The 9 now to the inside. Now, right, they're bumping here. They're bumping.
Their 9 goes round, and we got a caution.
The 5 and the 9 collect each other there, just getting into each other. A little roughhouse in there.
Well, he turned back around. He got a little front end damage. We're just have to go back and take a look. There's a
That's
good
what
look.
you call some bump and grind right there. He done pushed it out of the way. Nobody else got collected. So they're going to keep going, and, you know, Allen's going to get that sucker turned around. Just slam it, bro. That's how you turn it around fast. Just slam the gas. It'll go.
That will bring out this caution in this heat race, even though cautions do not count in heat races. These cars actually do sound pretty good idling around this track.
Rusty Robinson's now going to be your race leader here. We're going to have Lane in that second place spot. But Austin Cornpost, like I said, watch out for him. He's been very strong this season. The 02 has been very strong this season as well.
Nicholas Maynard not too far behind them both, but we're just going to have to see how this restart, what happened here. No, Alan Martin got his cage rattled. Now we're getting ready to go back to the green flag. Here we go. Good start in front of this field now as Rusty Robinson and Bobby Joe Lane, the 02, were now side by side. Now as Austin now pull a little bit away from Bobby Joe Lane and the 02 now.
It's like if you're going to have to pass, you're going to have to pass on that inside. That outside lane is just not working too well. C5 now moving up the track here, getting a little tight here. Now the 95 to the inside.
That gives Austin enough room now with Bobby Joe trying to sneak his nose right underneath Austin. Trying to make it 3
front
wide.
end just a little bit there.
Now Bobby Joe Lane now with Rusty Robinson side by side now battling for second place now as Austin now holding the pole position as Bobby Joe Lane knocking on his left door in around turn 2. Ooh, Bobby Joe Lane got a little loose.
Getting loose. He's about to take it and go off. But now the 95 has the momentum out of the dirty air.
Austin now starting to pull away just a little bit from Bobby Joe. Not enough to actually try to see if he can do a little bit of damage, but got a few seconds on him right now. We're just going to have to see how Bobby Joe last will come out to the end of this heat.
We'll take a look here and see if that 02 can get the momentum here, and the 95 will break a little free here. Maybe even run a little higher line, get that 02 to close that gap.
I took a look back here now between Alan Martin and Bud Light Mike now they're side by side. Alan Martin does got a little front end damage from that little bit of accident a few minutes ago. I don't know if that's going to affect his arrow in this rest of this heat as 91 and Ronald Robinson now. That should have thrown a caution. No caution flag was thrown, but they should have been thrown one. Both of the drivers are pulling away, so we're just going to have to see how that continues. As now Austin now is on the bumper of Ronald Robinson and Joe Flack. No caution was thrown. There should have been a caution thrown in that, but it's just a heat race. It's all right. It's not the actual official race.
I agree, but that'll put them in a good starting position in the race, believe it or not. That'll put them more towards the front in the race. But yeah, I agree. There should have been a caution there. Now, a little bit of banging here as the 9 and the 95 collect each other. Austin Cornprost, everybody's going to pull it off with Bobby Joe Lane in that P2. Dan Collison's going to grab P3. Rusty Robinson in P4. Alan Marr in P5. Bud Light Mike in P6. Nicholas Mater in P7, everybody. Ronald Robertson, everybody, in P8. Joe Flack in P9. That was a great run by all of the drivers there for that heat race. Now, we're getting ready to line this sucker up here in about 5 minutes, everybody, for 100 laps.
As these drivers now are coming out here to warm up, take a little break, stretch their legs a little bit before this feature will start kicking off.
Look over there at turn 2, J-Dog. I think I see Smokey in the bushes. Don't tell everybody what he's doing over there, though. Just saying. All right, let's go. Joe Flack out here making a couple hot laps here, trying to get dialed in here. He was third fastest in qualifying, so we're going to see him try his best to keep it under control here. Looking forward to seeing if he'll pull off a great race tonight. Maybe he'll go out there and get his first win of the season. Let's see what he could do.
And there's Alan Marr in the 9 now out here getting a little bit of warm up too as well. I see Nicholas now coming out of the pits for a little bit of a warm up.
Definitely not a track where you just want to sit back and not practice any. You definitely need to practice here, because that right there is what will happen, everybody. As you
Speaking of,
we can run wild, but we're going to run rapid. Let's go.
I love the way these late models sound. I love these cars. The way these sound.
Take a look here at the inside of Ronald's car here. See how much they're actually cranking that wheel there. Cranking the wheel a lot there. Seeing the car getting a little free off the corner here. You see it just jerking back. Definitely a tough combination here. Tough combination.
That's pretty good driving though. More practice, the more better you get.
We try to encourage all of our drivers at heart to get that practice together, because it puts out for some good racing. It definitely does. We've seen these drivers get through some very tough tracks here. Just thinking about last season here, we had an off season and we did road courses. First time these guys hopped on road course, these guys are oval drivers, so they got out in these cars and they did an amazing job maintaining those cars and doing some great things. So I'm excited to see, like I said, the new season's coming up. There's over 30 drivers signed up. Hopefully they all show up, and we'll see some good racing. We'll see some really tight racing. Got to have a big shout out to all of the sponsors this season for making this season possible. C&L Carpet, y'all. Chasing Muscle Cars, everybody. T.W. Perry, everybody. Buchanan Resort, Allen Tillery, Buick GMC, everybody. Bass Tire. Much love to all of the sponsors out there. Everybody that's done something for this league. And the new sponsors this season, ALC, contractors, everybody. All the good people out there that's showing their love and support to this league and just making this place a great place to race, bringing the world together one race at a time. That's what racing's all about, everybody, is just bringing everyone together, having a good time, enjoying the things that we love most. So glad to have you all, and I appreciate everybody that's out there watching. Y'all, please don't forget to subscribe. Please make sure y'all go subscribe over there at Motor Mouth Broadcasting so you don't miss us out next season. That's definitely going to be where we're going to be at here starting February 8th, everybody. Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So y'all make sure y'all go hit that subscribe button for me and make sure y'all follow all them heart-to-heart races starting February 8th for the new schedule in the Craftsman Truck Series. All right, everybody, as we're getting ready to line it up right now here for about 100 laps tonight, everybody, we're going to see some tough, close, tight racing here, as you're going to see a lot of this high side probably take and make their way down to this lower line, and we're going to see where it really makes the line here, because if they touch this line down here with these tires, they're going to lose control. So hopefully they can maintain here. All right, pace cars out on the track. Starting lineup, everybody's going to be Joe Flash, everybody. Starting up in that P2 spot here. That's going to move Ronald Robertson, everybody, in P1 here. Nicholas Mater is going to step into that P3 position. That's going to be Bud Light Mike into P4, everybody. Alan Marr, P6. Don't pay attention to the numbers, everybody. Lucas Wright's not in the race, everyone. All right. Rusty Robinson, everybody, is going to be into P6 with Dan Collison in P7. That's going to be Bobby Joe Lane in P8 with Austin Cornprost in P9.
Pace car is pulling off. Because these drivers need to actually start warming up their tires on this little bitty track.
You know, I honestly don't know if that's a good idea, J-Dog. If you get them too hot, it's more liable to spin, I believe. So, I don't know.
A little warm ain't gonna hurt.
I don't know, but you really want to save it for a long run, so I don't know. That's a tricky. It's that 91 on the outside. He's going to have to make that run straight off the get-go here and try to shoot down low to get the run he needs here against the 8 here. That's what we haven't seen yet, but that's what he's going to have to do, is keep it nice and tight, push it really hard here on this start, and make that run and shoot down low. He's going to have to get that low position to get the run he needs. That's the only way he's going to make it work.
Pace car is off. We are green flag at Southern National. Great start for Ronald Robinson and Joe Flack 91.
22 are going to fall behind a little bit there, but the 8 is going to move up track a little bit. That's going to give the 91 of Joe Flash a little bit of a good run there. The 47 of Bud Light Mike now to the inside of the 22.
Good side-by-side racing right now between the 47 and Nicholas. Battle for third. Oh, yeah. Alan Barr now. Now we got Ronald Robinson here. Bobby Joe now trying to start past here. 57 and Bud Light Mike.
Lots of good battles going on throughout the field here. As now we're seeing the 47 trying to push back here a little bit. Just trying to hold on to it here. As the 02's now making his way up the field. The 95 of Austin back there looking for somewhere to go.
Rusty Robinson now behind the 47 up the single file, now come around turn 2 to back straight away. Bobby Joe now trying to look the inside of Alan Marr. Come around turn 3. Dan Colson now trying to look the inside of Rusty Robinson. Side by side now, Dan Colson now trying to get around Rusty Robinson. Now going after Bud Light Mike. Austin now trying to make his way through. Now right side, Rusty Robinson in the back straightaway. Now come around turn 4, now front straightaway. See Ronald Robinson up here being pretty smooth right now. Joe Fleck being in second place. Alan Marr now right behind. Now we got Bobby Joe in 4th. But like Mike in top, that's your top 5 right there so far as this race continues.
I'll tell you what, they've been looking pretty consistent here so far. Got a lot going on here, a lot of movement still on the track.
But like Mike now shifted up now. Dan Colson now side by side now comes straight away.
But the advantage the 47 is going to have here is if they keep running that bottom line, I believe they're going to chew those tires up. That 47 is just trying to conserve a little bit as it's early on in the race. I believe he could really push it harder later and make a big run for it.
I just see now Lamar now just past Joe Flack for second place position as Bobby Joe Lane is doing the same. Joe Flack starting to fall back a little bit now and this race is starting to continue. Rusty Robinson now on the inside of Bud Light Mike now coming through. Now the 6th place position now. Bud Light Mike falls back one. Lamar now trying to look to the outside of Robert Robinson now trying to take the lead. Bobby Joe Lane now right behind Alan Marr. Alan Marr trying to keep it close with Robert Robinson right now. Bobby Joe on the inside.
At the beginning of this field, it's starting to get really close up here.
Lamar trying to make his way in. He just need to be patient and just take his time trying to get around Robert Robinson and see if he'll give up a little bit of the spot, but I doubt that, depending on how hard that
feels. See the 9 pushing right there on the corner panel there, right there on the edge. As Ronald's running a little bit of a higher line there, but the 9 is trying to creep his way down and try to get that advantage.
That's a good battle right now between Ronald Robinson and Alan Martin in 9. Alan Martin still trying to look at the inside of Ronald Robinson.
Hoping Ronald Robinson will scoot up the track there a little bit, give him the run he needs there.
Got a little bit of loose there.
He's working Ronald to make him work them tires. Ronald's having to really drive that car right now. That's going to burn them tires up. 73 laps to go. This is not where you want to be here. is now you got the 02 creeping back there and the 91 of Joe Flash. Let's not forget about Dan Collison and Austin and everybody back there, as they're still holding on as well. We're very close on the field. We got the 22 of Nicholas. They're catching up to the 22 here. So that's going to play a factor too here, is when they get caught up.
Yeah, they're going to start catching to the back of this field now. Nicholas need to be careful as these leaders now are starting to battle just a little bit. They need to start holding off. They got a long race, so they can start saving their tires, even though they come in with a 4 set, and they also got a fast repair. So we're just going to have to see how these guys are actually will do tonight. As Robinson's still holding a good, consistent lead now, as Lamar still trying to battle to get to position. Robertson and Lamar now, they're looking pretty good, consistent right now. But Nicholas is about to get wrapped. You be careful.
Here on the edge of it here. Nicholas just trying to maintain and hold on to it. But they are coming. They're coming fast here.
I know he's trying to hold that position. He's trying to hold that lead lap, but they're knocking closer and closer on his back door.
There it goes.
Speaking
There's the
of,
bump
now we
we
got a
didn't
first
want.
caution.
There is the bump. The bump from the 9 pushing the 8 through the corner here. The 9 giving them a big push. Didn't look like anybody got really much damage there, so we should be good there.
Actually, got Rodham Robinson's got a little front end damage from that collision from Lamar in 9. So we just got to go back here and take a look here real fast.
Get here in Alan Marr's car here. Check this out real quick, everybody.
Coming in off the back straightaway. Yeah, back straightaway now, yeah.
Looks like the 02 is going to get involved. Everybody else is going to make it around. Looks like we're going to have a lot of people going to pit road right now. A lot of people going in, getting those tires. 64 laps to go. 37 laps in. Definitely not a bad idea here. Look at here, you got the 02 and the 95 back to the front here. That's the combination everybody wants to see here. We'll see what happens.
Oh, wow. Great. My bad. Back to the restart. No, I did not.
Austin Corpros now trying to make his way up through this field here. As he's going to have to push it a little bit harder now. Sorry, guys. I was checking the timer here, trying to figure out where the positions was here. As I got a little confused here, as I really thought it wasn't Austin and Bobby in the lead up here, but it is.
Actually, believe it or not, I think they started single file instead of being double line. So that was a little bit weird. It threw me off too. So that's why I didn't see the actual restart of the race. Bobby Joe now starting to come back to the end of this field now, as Austin now single file now coming around turn 3.
Lamar doing a great job of holding on to it in that P3 spot here. And Collison back about 10 seconds back here. He's going to have to make something happen here. Try to get back caught up, or he's going to end up going a lap down.
Whoa! We got another caution.
Got a caution.
Austin 95 went around. Right around turn 2, it seemed like he got a little loose behind Bobby Joe. I'm going to go back here and take a look.
Goes down to the bottom of the track, touches the apron, and gets free. That'll happen here.
What's that? Oh, that's right. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
Right now pacing here under the yellow flag here with 48 laps to go here. We've seen a good race so far. This will get everybody lined back where we need to see them at here compared to that last restart here. I believe now.
Get ready to go back to the restart now.
See some fun. Green flag.
Bobby Joe got a good start there. And Lamar not too far behind him. Austin looking the inside at Lamar.
Austin hoping for a better restart this time. Not pushing it too hard. Going to get caught up and spin it out.
You better be careful staying off that apron. That's learn his lesson coming around 1 and 2, where he did trip and fell basically off that apron. You got to stay off of the apron because all that marble on top and bottom of the track, it gets real loose, and that's why he went around.
Take a look back here at Joe Flash turning in that P4. He started up there in the front here early on in the race. We'll see if he can make his way back up towards the front of this field. With Dan Collison and Wesley Watson back here in that P5 and P6 spot. Taking a look back here at Nicholas Mader again. Nicholas Mader had a little bit of trouble early on, went one lap down here, but he got one of the laps back there on that last caution here, and we'll see if he can maintain here and hold on to it and get back on that lead lap, because there might be another one. We'll see what happens as we go.
Bobby Joe being consistent up here as Lamar now about a second behind, starting to push. Started trying to catch up to Bobby Joe, give it a little competition.
0-2 trying to pull away, but the question is he going to push it too hard and get those tires too warm here before this race is over. So that can really play a factor here. Like I said, you can definitely overdrive this car. So there's going to be a lot of factors here.
Yeah, you just got to be careful and just cruise and hopefully keep Alomar a pretty good distance away if he can not wear the tires down as much as he wants. Because here, this track here, you can definitely tell it eats the tires really big time. We got another caution.
Looks like Joe Flash was going to be in that incident here. Looks like he went into the corner, got a little free there. The 12 going to get down low here, get into him a little bit. But it looks like they're going to be the only two involved. Luckily, they'll got that fast repair. They'll go drive themselves into the pit there and go get that fast repair and get that car fixed. They definitely don't want to tow out. That's going to take way too much time. They're going to have to try their best to get it into pit road here. All right. As they keep rolling, we're going to get back to live.
That will bring out caution number 3, and that will give Mater the lead lap now, as he now comes around for his lucky dog.
Sir, we was just talking about that. Mater going to get a good chance to come back here now. 35 laps to go. Hopefully got that car dialed in and figured out where he needs to be to push for these last 35 laps here. You've seen a lot of competition tonight here. Now, Rusty Robinson up there in that P4 spot. Now the biggest mover of the race. Definitely seen a lot of good from him tonight and just keeping it maintained. So you might see a good run from him tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing if he can go up there and just grab it. Maybe roll in there with his camper and steal it. You know what I'm saying? That's his good old saying. You know what I mean?
That's a good
Buchanan
one.
Resort. Let's go, baby. All right, everybody, as we're getting ready to go green.
Here we go. Back to the restart.
Get run again. The 9 looking to maintain, hold on to P2. The 5 on the outside. 05 is not going to hang on. He's going to drop into P4. Is now 95 of Austin is now peeking to the inside of the 9.
Alomar 95 now. They're partners. But guess what? When it comes to battling, this is part of it. Now we got Lau and Alomar in the second place position. Austin in 95 now, trying to get around Alomar. As Alomar now trying to get around Bobby Joe. Got it going back single file now here into turn 3. Now going around turn 4.
Well, I tell you what, it amazes me how these guys get bumper to bumper in these cars, because you could really lift the rear end on these cars. But you see these guys get in here and they get really close. The 9 getting a little bit free there coming off the corner here. That's going to give the 02 the run, but he's going to have to just kind of slow it down, let them tires warm back up and put another run down. That's why we're going to have to see the 9 getting free again, pushing it too hard with that 95 on the inside.
But he said they're rubbing bumper to bumper right now against Austin. Now rubbing bumper to bumper with that Alomar. That's what's causing Alomar to get a little bit of free. Now Austin went around. Now he brings out caution number 4.
Dan Collison went a lap down there. Not sure what happened there. Must have got some kind of penalty there. But you know, this will give him what he needs to get back on that lead lap.
That will give the lucky dog chance to Dan Colson in the 12. Put him back on the lead lap.
Tell you what, this has been some of the most cautions we've seen this season with these late models. But, you know, we knew this was going to be one of the toughest tracks that they had to do because, like I said, the corners here in this car is just, man, so powerful, so powerful. Dan Colson going around for that lucky dog back on the lead lap here. He'll get another shot at it with 24 to go.
To me, guys, it'd be a great time to go get those tires and be ready for these last 24 laps.
We definitely saw a lot of cars go in right there. Definitely took advantage of that. Definitely probably seen a few of them take their fast repairs there. But we're seeing that 02 and that 9 and that 5 just hang out up here in the front here. We'll see if they get the run.
These cars sound good when they pass this camera. Yes, we now get ready to go back to the restart. And here's the flag, guys. Let's go. Bobby Joe Lane with a good start there, and now Almar got a little loose between 1 and 2 now, starting to pull away. Here we go.
Question is, do we see that 5 start taking advantage of that inside lane? That's where he needs to be to make the pass. He's going to have to use that lower line. He's going to have to make that lower line work.
Almar just scraped the ball a little bit on that back straightaway. Now he's still holding. Oh, got a little loose there. Turning 4 now, coming front straightaway, going in 1. Good, a lot of single file racing right now at this point. Not anybody making no move with less than 20 laps to go. Bobby Joe and the flag trying to look for the inside now of Rusty Robinson.
Well, you're seeing that 9 get a lot of free here. That 5 still trying to make that outside lane work, but it's not going to work. Going to eat them up there. As now the 95's to the inside.
95 and 91 Joe Flack. Austin 95 now trying to get around Rusty Robinson. But like Mike now trying to close that gap in between now Rusty Robinson and 95 Austin. Austin now side by side now. Whoa, got one going around. Alomar got a caution number 5.
The P2 car goes around.
It's been one wreck of a fest.
Looks like he's just going to take it in too hot. He's going to get free. Hits it low, and that's where he goes around.
He hit that apron right there, got below that line, just like the same thing that Austin did in 95.
Okay. Everybody else was able to avoid that, though, so he'll be able to keep going.
That will bring out caution number 5 as we speak. That will give lucky dog to Ronald Robinson in number 8. It's been one exciting race so far, BJ. What do you think so far about what do you think?
I definitely believe it's been a very exciting race here tonight. I want to look and see if Austin can pull it off here. You know, he's in the points in the championship here. He's looking to get that trophy here. One race to go here. The 0-2 holding strong here. Bud Light Mike up here putting on the good battle tonight. Austin, though, doing all he can to try to make it happen here. Can he make it connect here for these last few laps? As we'll be down here in the close to 10 to go mark here. It's going to be very exciting. I'm telling you what, this is when it's going to push, and you might see another caution. I believe you might if they push it hard enough. So we'll see what happens.
Get ready to go back to the restart now as we go back to green. Good start between the 02 and 91 and Joe Flack. Oh, I see Bud Light Mike got a little loose back here.
91 now going to have to look low, try to make it happen. Can he keep the speed with the 02, get low and make it happen? He was talking about him earlier in practice. He's very fast. That 91 was looking very smooth. Can he connect with that 02 here? Can he get up under him here with just a few laps to go?
You know, if Joe Flack end up finishing one of these pole positions tonight, be his first interview, this is going to be really interesting for Joe Flack.
I believe that would be his first win of the season. I would love to see him in here pulling off a win with Hard Tire Motorsports. That would be awesome here. As now he is trying his best to keep closing the gap on the 02. 02 pumping the wall just a little bit.
Laps just keep on timing down. Nicholas seemed like he's having a little bit of trouble in that 22. I don't know what's going on with him in that car. Good race between Bobby Joe Lane and Joe Flack in 91.
Joe Flack doing a great job of maintaining here behind that 02. Looking really smooth. Can he close the gap here? He's going to have to keep the gap close here. That's going to be the hard part to do. Five to go.
Joe was trying to look for the inside of Bobby Joe in the L2.
91 just hoping the 02 is going to break a little free. Let him get the run he needs on that low side. Keep running the low, and he's going to make it happen.
Good battle between these two right here.
Alomar out here in the middle of the track, broke down.
Went around again. Probably same thing, hitting that apron.
White flag's out.
1 lap to go.
Can the 91 pull it off? This is going to be the moment. Can he grab his first win? The 02 is going to come around the corner here. The 02 grabs the win with the 91 of Joe Flash, grabbing his first P2 of the season here. Bud Light Mike into P3. Great run there. That was a great run. I knew there was a few cautions there. Definitely made it a tough and challenging race there. I believe Alomar spun out on that front stretch. There's not much of a line there on that front stretch, so it don't throw caution there. But here's going to be your results, everybody, for tonight's race. That's going to be Bobby Joe Lane with a win. Joe Flash in P2. Bud Light Mike in P3. Rusty Robinson's going to grab P4. Dan Cullison's going to grab P5. Austin Cornpost in P6. Ronald Robinson, everybody, in P7. Alomar's going to grab P8. And Nicholas Mater in P9.
That's pretty cool seeing the fireworks going off back here at the backstretch.
See the 02 here burn it down. He's going to take it in the inside, in the infield by the garage here and put on a show. Look at him go.
Bringing best tire to the win tonight.
Give him a minute there to celebrate here as he makes his way back over here.
Anybody for some good darn fresh donuts?
Right, let's see if we can go ahead and get these guys in here now. All right, this was a great, amazing race. I'm all in here real quick. Hold on just a second here. as we get them all lined up. There we go. There we go. We got them all in here now. Bobby Joe Lane able to pull it off here, as running very consistent here and looking like just a good run overall. Definitely took advantage of that lower line and connected with it without breaking it free. Was able to make a great momentum there and hold on to it. How you feeling?
Nah, good. I thought I was going to get beat by them 4 freshies behind me there with Joe and Bud Light. I only took right side tires under the one pit stop I did make, and they were slowing down. I was burning it up trying to stay in front of Allen because we're racing for second in the points, and but I don't know, got lucky and pulled it off.
Great win there tonight. You definitely pulled it off. Brought the Bass Tire car to victory lane. Good job on that. If you have any shout outs for them sponsors tonight, go ahead.
They don't give a shout out to Bass Tire and all the guys that sponsor this league, Artillery and all them sponsors, and you guys for stepping out from behind the wheel to broadcast this race. And congratulations to Joe and Bud Light for their good runs tonight. And that's it.
Awesome there. That was a great speech there, everybody. Bobby Joe Lane, everybody, currently at P2 in points, doing his best to try to get that championship, as we got one more race to go with Nashville Fairgrounds next week with the late models, the last race of the season, everybody. Now we jump over here to Joe Flack, everybody. Joe Flack putting on a great run there. Started at the front of the pack here early on in the race, moved back towards the back, conserved those tires. Went and saw him get those freshies there at the end on that last caution. Was able to push his way back into that P2, almost up there into a P1. Definitely connected there. Definitely put on a good race tonight. What's going on, Joe?
I tell you what, BJ, this is amazing, man. First off, just all glory to God. This is, I mean, look at, we're sitting here, we're racing. We're sitting here just having fun, you know. It's just unreal. And thanks to my wife for supporting me, letting me do this. And thanks to you guys, a heart to heart. And yeah, I came in with worked out. I had a little damage, so with 20 to go, I came in and took right sides and took my fast repair, and just was trying to hang on, you know, and started coming to me. I mean, it felt good. I really, you know, you guys helped me a lot during practice. I was really just backing the corners up, and hooking that bottom and letting it come out. But a lot of fun, man. It's fun to run up front. A lot of good guys in this league. It's just amazing. Thank you for hosting it and letting me be a part of it, man. I appreciate you.
Sir, I believe that might push you into that P5 spot in the points there. So good job on that. You got any shout outs tonight?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. That's, you know, Alan Tillery to Bass Tire, Buchanan, Mr. Rusty helps out a lot, man. I appreciate that. And again, heart to heart, all you guys do, it's amazing. I appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, everybody. If you don't know, that's the Flash. That's Joe Flack, everybody. Y'all make sure y'all go show him some love, everybody, out there in the chat. Pulling off that P3 spot tonight after a good, consistent run there. Definitely looked like he got in a little trouble early on, but he was able to maintain and keep pushing forward towards the front of this field tonight, gaining a lot of momentum there at the end there. But like Mike, pulling it off. Did you crack one open or what? What happened?
Just cracked it open, brother. That was fun. It was a lot of fun. I was way off tonight, but I want to thank CNL, Allen Tillery, but Buchanan Resort, Bass Tire, Chasing Muscle Car, whoever I forgot. I just had a good time.
Well, that's what it's all about, brother. Having a good time and enjoying the things you love. We appreciate you as always. You got any main shout outs you want to give out?
Well, I want to thank you guys. You guys have done a good job up there in that tire or that broadcast booth. I appreciate that too.
Well, that's what it's about. Showing the fans we love them and show them what they do that makes us so happy to enjoy what we do the most, you know. So I don't know if that even made sense. But anyways, all right, everybody, as we are gearing up here for next week, everybody, at the Nashville Fairgrounds, please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future races with Heart to Heart Motorsports. Next Wednesday night, everybody, with the late model stocks at Nashville Fairgrounds, everybody, for 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Look at me, y'all. Getting tongue-tied. I keep talking so fast to get a little tongue-tied, but it's going to be at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all, please make sure y'all also don't forget to subscribe at MotorMouth Broadcasting, bringing you the truck season back February 8th, everybody, as we get ready to gear up for a very big season, a whole lot of trucks, a whole lot of action. So I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for watching. J-Dog, you got anything for us?
Yes, I do. Guys, please be safe this coming up weekend. We got some winter storms. Get ready to be out there. Please be safe. We will see you next Wednesday at the championship race at Nashville Fairgrounds. See y'all then.